this early. This one is being live streamed. Got it. So let's turn our videos off for a moment.
Okay. Do I need to go out? Hold on.
No, you should be able to just, I can take you out and I'll pull you back in, okay?
Okay.
Wow, we are getting ready. It's early. You may want to turn your volume down. I can hear it. Oh, you should be able to just. I can take you out and I'll pull you back in, okay?
Okay.
I know y'all are waiting. We're coming. I promise we are going to get there. Make sure you all share this. I'm waiting on our guests to arrive. Please go out there, share it. This is going to be good. Many of you know we are definitely talking about narcissism. That is one of those conversations that, I never get tired of talking about. I mean, I don't care to really dwell on my personal experience because you know what, I'm straight in healing mode. I've overcome it, but now I'm here to always, be that shoulder for other people. I'm here to support others that are in their journey, trying to free themselves. I'm here to identify toxic behaviors and unhealthy manipulative behaviors. So this is why I don't get tired of talking about it, because I know that many people are dealing with this and many don't know what they're even in. They just know that something's off, something's not right. So I'm here for it. Oh, now that I've said all that. There we go. Welcome to the Relationship Zone, the podcast. Let me get some video up here for y'all. Hey, everybody. What's up? So look, welcome to the Relationship Zone, the podcast where we talk about love, life, and all things relationships. Tonight, we are welcoming back to the Relationship Zone the author Nikki Moore, who has written quite a few books. She's been to our platform several different times. We've talked about narcissism. We've talked about other books. We've talked about sexual assault, childhood sexual trauma. We've talked about all of the heavy stuff. And tonight is no different. Tonight we are going to discuss her new book. I'm excited because Nikki is always getting it in. She is on the move. So I'm excited to bring her back so we can talk about her new book, The Narcissist and Me. This should be pretty good. So make sure you share it. Give us just a couple minutes or a couple seconds and Nikki will be here but share it, send it out to anyone that you know could probably benefit from this conversation. We're going to try to dig in a little bit to figure out what red flags she might have seen in her partner and what red flags that you guys might be dealing with. And this is not gender specific. So when I say, we're talking to a female, men, you could be dealing with a narcissist as well. You could be dealing with someone that's just unhealthy. Maybe they're not a narcissist. Maybe they're another personality disorder. And some of these red flags that we're going to talk about, maybe you can, relate to and kind of start rethinking what you're in. And is it healthy? Is it benefiting you? Is it helping you to grow? Or is it stifling you? Is it making you feel, unsure, insecure, questioning your own sanity? Is it isolating you and pulling you away from family and friends? And do you feel that you're filled with anxiety and uncertainty? You too might be in a very unhealthy relationship. So that's what we're here to talk to you tonight about. And guess what? Nikki is here. So let's welcome Nikki back to the Relationship Zone, the podcast. Nikki, she's coming. Excitement. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
You're looking all fabulous.
Thank you.
I love the pattern on your top.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I was just talking to our guests, or I'm sorry, to our viewers. You're my guest, so welcome. But I was just talking to the viewers and letting them know what we're about to dig into. And you are back with book number 4. Am I correct?
Correct.
Oh my gosh, Nikki, what is up? First of all, how do you find the time to do all this?
Oh, I had plenty of time this summer. When we're on vacation from school, I have plenty of time.
All right, wonderful. So tell me, how have you been this year? Last time I think we might have linked up was probably the end of last year or maybe the very beginning of this year. But how have you been? How's your summer been?
My summer's been wonderful. I mean, God has truly blessed me, and he's blessing me. I got so much great things going on. So it's been a wonderful summer for me.
Well, you look good, you look fresh, and it looks like you've
Thank
had a
you.
pretty good summer too.
Yes.
All right. So you are here to talk to us about this book, and that is a hell of a title, The Narcissist and Me. So let's talk about it. How in the world did this book come to be, Nikki?
So I found myself involved with a gentleman that I thought was a very nice person. He treated me very kindly. It was like I couldn't even believe it. Like, and I just thought, like, okay, this has got to be the person God has sent me. This man is so nice and so loving and kind. And then a couple of months went by, and I saw a totally different person. So that really shook me. I seen the up and down, one day he was this, one day he was that, very caring, loving. And the next day he was like somebody I didn't even know. So
okay, wait a minute. So now wait, I have to ask you. So he's like the man of your dreams.
yes.
Everything's great. And then there's a shift. And from that shift, did it ever get better, or did it, I mean, how did you know that there was something wrong in this particular, because we all have our ebb and flows, right? So how did you know that there was something different about his shift?
Because of the switch of how he was treating me, now I became a MF. I became a F, and so my mind was just blown. Like, really?
Yeah.
I treated you so wonderful, and I just thought we were going to be like together forever because you were treating me so wonderful. So when that happened, I felt that shift. Like, this is not a good person. This is not a good person I'm with. But because he love bombed me so much, it was hard to break away.
Yeah.
And family wanted me to break away, but it was just, I couldn't break away.
Okay, so when you say he love bombed you, so some people are going to be hearing this and they don't know what in the world love bomb is.
So
can you give an example of what love bomb was?
Oh, he was just treating me so kindly, giving me compliments. You're so beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to go here. We're going to have this, and we're going to do this. Oh, I want to take you here. I want to take you there. I mean, just love bombing me like crazy. Like, I love you so much. Oh my gosh, do I love you so much,
So let me ask you something. So when you say he was telling you he want to take you here, take you there, did he use any of that future faking? I mean, were you actually going to these places? Were you doing all these amazing things that he was telling you he wanted to do?
No. None of them. None of
red
them.
flag, straight future faking. Oh my goodness.
None of them.
Okay, so tell me what would happen. How would it not come? Like, what would happen if it did not come to pass?
Okay, so we would get ready to go somewhere to where he said, okay, well, let's go here. We'll have a good time, And then all of a sudden, oh, I got a toothache. Oh, I can't go because, my kids are going to call me and I don't want to miss their call. And I mean, so many excuses.
Wow. Okay. So I'm curious, you write this book and you obviously are telling a lot of your story. Um, and you shared that, like, probably there was some distance or whatnot between you and your family. So when you decided to write this book, were you able to go back and rebuild those relationships with your family, with your friends, and kind of reestablish and really share like what you have been going through?
Yes, yes, because I kept it, very silent because it got pretty bad. So
Mhm.
I kept silent for a while, but once, everything turned over where, he was out of my life, yes, the relationships with my family got better. My sons were very happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they had stopped talking to me. They were very upset with me because they knew he wasn't a good person. But
Yeah.
I just, the flesh just took over and Nikki was all in.
Oh my God, Nikki. So how long were you with this guy?
Off and on for like 2 years. For
All
two
right.
years.
Okay. And how long was it whenever, like, what was the time frame when you started dating and then you kind of realized something's a little bit off? How long do you say that was?
I would say the second year when he came to visit. Um,
Oh, so you went a whole year with it being pretty good.
yeah, yeah, pretty good off and on. I mean, it was still off and on, but it wasn't like really bad until
Yeah.
that second year. I really got to see who this person was. It was
Right.
like he got comfortable with me. And it was
Um,
like now I can let down the veil so she can really see who I am. And she's
mhm,
still gonna accept me because she loves me. She
mhm.
loves me. I've
Well,
loved
was that
mom her to
true?
death.
Was it true?
Yeah, yeah. I
Like,
mean,
were you gonna accept them?
yeah, yeah. I
Wow.
was I was out there. I really was. It
Yeah.
was just nobody could tell me anything because I just loved him. He made me just feel loved,
Yeah.
but I was out there, Queenie. I was just so out there.
Well, it sounds like it. 'Cause, listen, I am, my story. I
Yes.
have shared my story. I'm thankful that I did not truly stay committed to that person
Hmm.
for such a long time, but my mind was still traumatized by the
Hmm.
experience more than
Hmm.
anything.
Right.
So I don't know how you felt like, because again, I think there's a lot of people that will listen to this or watch this. And as I said earlier, they may not even know what they're in. They just have this
Right.
overwhelming, bout with anxiety,
Hmm.
uncertainty, insecurity. They're not, it just,
Hmm.
they're isolated from their family, their friends. So all these little things are going on, and they don't realize that it's because of that toxic person that they're
Right.
married to or dating,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So, I'm thankful that my situation didn't last as long as some, but it was still traumatic,
Right.
so that's why I ask these questions, because I want listeners to have an opportunity to hear this firsthand. Like, this
Hmm.
is real. This is what we went.
This is
It's not
real.
just love, it ain't
Right.
just, oh, we're just smitten. No, it's a
No.
manipulation that takes place for, even with the strongest person.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So can you, like, how, I mean, I hate to ask you how bad it gets, and I don't know how much you put in the book, so you can share
Oh,
with us.
I put a lot in the book.
Okay, so how bad did it get, Nikki, before you said enough?
So the first time, during the first year, I seen red flags. I did see red flags, but it wasn't bad enough that like, okay, well, this man is really crazy. It wasn't that bad. But like I said, once the second year came, it was like he just let the veil down and he just didn't care. So it got into being physical.
Mhm.
So that's when I say enough is enough because I wanted my life. Because the next time you get angry at me, what are you going to do? Are you going
Mhm.
to really, really, truly hurt me?
Mhm.
But that's when my eyes were open, when the physical part came.
Yeah.
Mental abuse was terrible also. He would always down me and tell me I wasn't this, and you can't do this, and people don't like you. They make pretend they like you. You're not all that. So what? You wrote a book, blah blah blah. I mean, he was really putting me down. Like, it was terrible. And I
Right.
would just go in my room and just cry. Like, wow, how could someone just do this to you, that you show so much love and compassion, but they don't have that. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter to them. They don't care about your feelings, how you feel. You could cry till you're blue in the face. They don't even care because it's all about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I have to ask another question. Look, I have my microphone all the way over here, right? And it's actually hooked up. So, all right. So, whenever you realize, or how did you realize that this person had an actual like disorder? I mean, I don't want to say had a, most narcissists aren't like diagnosed, clinically diagnosed, right? The lived experiences with them, we are able to identify what's going on. But how did you really realize that it wasn't just he being a bad person, but
Mhm.
there's a personality disorder going on here? When did you realize that? And how did you realize
Mhm.
that?
Mm, again, like in the second year, when he was here with me, I would just see, the flip flop. Like I said,
Mhm,
he would just be this kind person. And
mhm,
then, we would have conversations and he would just tell me these strange things, like it making me scared. Like, he told me, I could call somebody right now and they could tell you, some of the things that they went through. And I say, well, why are you telling me this? Well,
uh,
I mean, are you planning to hurt me or what are
yeah.
you planning to do? And he said, no, but I just want you to know I love you and I would never hurt you. So it was just such a flip-flop thing. And he would punish me for
Mhm.
things that I did. When we argued, he would punish me like, I'm not talking to you because you're not
Oh,
worthy, all that.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not worthy
The
to talk.
silent treatment, that they weaponize the silent treatment.
Right, right. So
Oh,
he would
yeah.
walk around here and not say anything to me, and it was bad. It was just bad.
Oh, well,
And he made me feel like I would ask myself, am I going
yeah,
crazy? Like, am I
yeah.
really like? Because he was making me feel like that.
Wow.
So
Now, I know we can't
that's
say
when I
his
knew
name.
something was wrong. Something was
Right,
really,
right.
really wrong.
Look, I know we can't say his name, but I'm curious. Did said ex-partner have friends, family? Like, did he have a really good kind of support circle himself?
Just the mother, I think. He spent a
Wow.
lot of time on the phone with the mother.
On the phone with the mother. Oh my God. I swear I think you did it the same person.
Yes. And I think she heard about everything all the time he was here. Like, and I kept asking, why you call your mom when we have an argument? Why we can't sit down and talk? Why you got to get your mom involved? I don't tell my mom anything. You just crazy. You think everything. You just crazy. You're toxic and da da. But I say, well, that's you. That would be you. That you're trying to put it on me, but that's really you.
Yeah.
And then he would
Yeah.
tell me, well, you don't, I would call him a narcissist. I call him out.
Would
And he
you?
said,
Oh my
well,
God.
yes, I did. I did because he really made me angry. Like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm being so good to you and you're treating me like this. I said, you got these narcissist things going on. And he said, you don't even know what a narcissist is. You're so stupid. You don't know what a narcissist is. And I said, oh, well, if you go back to the bathroom and look in the mirror, there he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, so you obviously, unfortunately, you were inspired to write this book because
Mhm.
of the experience. Um, and I know he knows that you are an author.
Mhm.
Is he aware that you've written and told your story?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, how has that gone over?
Um, so far, I mean, everybody's waiting to hear this story. And again, I wrote this book to help someone else, to
Yeah.
see the signs. If
Yeah.
you're dating someone or you think you want to date someone, you better run for your life because it's not a good experience at all. You're tired, you're exhausted trying to be something for them, trying to make things right, trying to, sometimes I was scared to talk to him like, what if I say the wrong thing? Is he going to go
Yeah.
off on me?
Those
Is he going to?
eggshells.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I was very scared to say anything. Like I just stay silent a lot, while he was here,
Oh,
because I was scared to say anything, because anything I said, it was always wrong, or
mm.
he just jumped down my throat for it. So
Wow. Wow. So you walking around on eggshells. Okay. Now I heard you say here. So
mhm.
were you living with
Yes,
him or was he living
yes,
with you or how was that
yes.
working
He
out?
had moved here. He had moved here with me. Yes.
Okay. I gotta ask, how'd you meet this person if you moving them here, Nikki? I need a little bit of tea because oh Lord, the
I met
viewers, the
him
listeners, I know they
in
trying to figure this out. So where will you meet this person? Because
I
we don't
met
want to
him.
shop there.
Yeah, I met him in 2018
Okay.
on Facebook. I don't know
Uh,
where he was. I must have been roaming around somewhere on Facebook, and
okay.
I seen his picture, and I said hi to him. But it was a month later that he spoke to me and said
Okay.
hello. And I asked him, "Well, why do you take so long to say hi?" I said hi a month ago. He said, "Oh, I
Yeah.
got to make sure you wasn't catfishing me." So, so
Oh,
that's why it took me
okay.
so long.
So, rumor has it that social media is a narcissist playground. Not that
Hmm.
all of, because we're all on social media, very
Right.
active. I'm very active. Um, some move around, under, all
Hmm.
types of profiles and, they can create those masks that they want
Right. Hmm.
all over. um, so dating apps and Facebook, or I'm not trying to like knock Facebook, but it is what it is in social
Right.
media in general.
Right.
And they wind up in our inbox, and then
Hmm.
here we go. So he was living in a different
State.
area. I'm assuming
Yeah.
whenever you
Hmm.
say he came to move
Right.
here.
Right.
So how did that happen? I mean, what made you feel like that was a good move for you for him to move into your place?
Again, it goes back to the love bombing, because I couldn't even believe, because he's younger than me. He's
Oh, wait a minute. Hold that pause. Don't fly past that. What do we mean he's younger than you? We pulling
he
young
is
dudes,
younger.
y'all.
Yes.
Y'all be careful. Y'all cougars better be careful out here. All right. So how
Yeah.
much younger we talking?
9 years. 9 years.
Oh, child, this is happy hour time. Y'all get your drink. Because listen, 9 year difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 year difference. All right, all
Hmm.
right. Okay, all
Hmm.
right. You
So
go,
I
girl.
was like so flattered that
Yeah,
this fine man wanted me,
yeah,
like, really, I'm older than you, like. And he
yeah.
kept saying, it doesn't matter, you're beautiful, I love you, you got seem like you got a great heart, I'm looking for a woman like you.
Yes.
I've been through so many relationships that wasn't good, and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't love me, but I could tell that you really are into me, and I would
Good.
love to come and see you, and da da da. And he came. He
All
came
this
to see
sounds
me
so
first.
good. Yeah, it
Yes.
sounds so good. And what's funny is this, you are beautiful. But
Thank
what's funny is, they tell you some people tell you
you.
all the
Mhm.
things that they feel you need to hear.
Yes.
But with that explanation, like with him, with what you just explained, here are the flags for me. All those relationships, he done been through all those horrible
Yes.
relationships. Your heart is good, and he's looking for a woman like you. When
Yes.
I hear that, I run like Speedy
Yes.
Gonzalez. I be gone. I'm like, because I'm such a giver, right? So I
Right.
know when guys tell me that
Mhm.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just letting you know. When they tell me they're looking
Mhm.
for a woman with my type of heart, that's just giving, giving,
Right.
giving, giving, giving.
Mhm. Yes. And I gave too. I gave him so much, like, oh, I gave him so much. I mean, shopping, because I miss shopping, for a man,
Okay.
since my
Oh,
ex-husband, you
yes.
know, I love shopping for a man. I love buying cologne. I just love it. And I just missed that. And then when he came in my life, I said, okay, I got a man to buy for now. Like, I was so
Oh,
happy. Like, and I'm telling you, Queenie, I mean, this man didn't want for nothing. I gave
yeah.
and gave and gave and gave to him.
Was it ever enough?
No.
It was
Nope,
never enough.
never, never.
Never
It was
enough.
always
Never.
gimme, 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 making up these stories, and I would believe him, you know. Um, I need to do this, but I just don't have the money, babe. Can you just give it to me for this time? Okay,
Oh,
please just give it to me this time. I said,
Oh,
okay, I'll wait a little while and I say, okay, thank you, babe. Thank you, babe. I love
oh,
you
you were
so
so
much.
sweet. Oh
Yes,
my God. Okay,
yes,
so girl, the things we do for love.
yes.
When you realize you are giving, 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 reciprocity is so important. It is so important that we all receive some of that same energy that we put out,
Mhm,
right? So,
mhm.
were you able to really look back and see where you were receiving? I'm not talking just about material things at all. So, I don't want
Mhm.
anyone to think that. But I'm just saying, like, did you ever look back and see where you have received and reaped the benefit from or reward from this relationship?
No, not at
Wow.
all. Not at all. In the
Wow.
3 years, well, two, well, this is the third, you'd be almost the third year. Um,
Yeah.
Nothing, he bought me, I could take count on my fingers, three things. And
Really?
yeah, and he took me to dinner twice in all those years together, just back and forth. But it was all about me paying for everything, I would take trips to see him when he was in the other state, and I
Mhm.
paid for everything.
Mhm.
He didn't have to pay for anything. I just wanted to enjoy being with
Wanted to
him.
see him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I've
even
heard
in
these
that,
stories so many times. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. I say even in that, it was just like the love bombing. Oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
so beautiful, stroking my hair. I'm so
Oh
glad you're
yeah.
here. Oh my gosh, I just love you so much. I
Mhm.
need you in my life. I mean, just all the good stuff you want to hear as a woman,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, so you write this book and you've been on several different panels talking about narcissism, and
Hmm.
it's a long road to recovering after being in a relationship with an emotional abuser,
Right.
physical abuser. It's a lot. It's a long road.
Hmm.
So I just want to take a turn here, and I want to know where you are after writing this book and all of these memories and
Hmm.
emotions kind of coming back up. Where are you now in your process of healing?
So writing the book and I, touched base with you when I was saying, man, I'm
Yeah.
writing this book, Queenie, and I'm looking at myself like, girl, you were tripping out. I'm just writing and I'm just seeing myself,
Oh,
truly seeing
wow.
myself like, girl, you were out of control. You were
Yeah.
just out of control over this narcissist.
Mm,
And just, you know, um, I'm still going to therapy. And I love my therapist because she's really working with me about trust, because it's
mm,
so hard to trust now, with the ex-husband and now with him, it's just really hard for me to trust. And she said, well, you're going to have to trust somebody sometimes because when God brings you your real husband, you
mhm,
can't be doing all these things to him. Like if he don't call you in 5 minutes, you go
mhm,
completely bonkers. And I do. I
mhm,
do. I just, it's just that trust thing. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you gonna leave me? Are you gonna, what are you
mhm,
doing? I just get so but being in therapy with her is really, really helping.
mhm,
And I think some of the healing came to write this book to get it all out of my system.
mhm,
I don't want him in my life anymore because
mm,
if I continue on dipping over in that area,
mhm.
I might lose my life one day, because a monster. I seen a monster and it hurt really bad, the things he did to me. I won't say because I want y'all to be surprised in the book, but
What, you not gonna tell us?
no, no, but it was bad. I can say
Mhm.
that it was bad. So it was bad enough that we are now going to court. So yeah,
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
so this went on for a while. If you're now because we're talking a couple years, now you're going to
yeah,
court. My goodness.
right. Because with the court, we were supposed to go to court in May,
Mhm.
but since they didn't have all the evidence, they postponed it until next month. So now I got to see him again. I didn't want to see him anymore. but now I got to see him again, and I'm not looking forward to that. I just want it done and over with.
Well, Nikki, I commend you for being bold enough to write um,
Mhm.
your story. I personally had considered writing, and then I realized I think I do better with having my support group and talking to people. Um, and I don't want to give my ex any of that energy. So
Yeah.
it's not even, I'm thankful that I was able to get out of it early enough. I
Mhm.
always say that because I used to feel like it was a long time, but it wasn't. It wasn't as
Mhm.
long as some of the individuals that I've spoken with and I've interviewed and I've
Right.
met
Right.
and had an opportunity to kind of support and coach through their
Mhm.
healing. So,
Mhm.
um, with you taking this route of writing and getting it all out, I think it's courageous and it's beautiful and it's going to help and heal other people. But
Mhm.
can you tell us, what it is that you want individuals that read this or even hear your story?
Mhm.
What do you want them to take away from it all?
I want them to take away like the red flags.
Red flag.
Notice the red flags because they're going to be there, and you'll see them. You will see the red flags. Now, if you act on them, like I did, I didn't even act on them. Like, but if you act on them, say, no, I see the red flags, and no, I'm not going to be in this. I'm not going to deal with you, on these issues, whatever, whatever. So I just want them to know, men and women, like when you see the red flags, run. And just to help someone else, to help the next woman or man, not to get in these kind of relationships.
Mhm.
In the book I have what a narcissist is, so they can go there. I should tell them they can go to YouTube. They have a lot of things on there about narcissists. So I just want them not to get in to what some of us who have been in,
Yeah.
the physical and the mental. It's no fun. It's not
Yeah.
fun at all. So I just want them to not get in these kind of relationships because
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we talk a little bit about those red flags? I mean, I know that, of course, you have a lot about your story in the book, but you know, there's so many, so many red flags, and I don't want people running just because they hear a person say they had three bad relationships, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's a little bigger than that. Am I right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yes.
It's a little bigger than that, right? There's something sinister that
Right.
goes on when you deal
Right.
with individuals like this, and when you
Hmm.
hear what they say, like all of their exes are crazy.
Right. 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 Yes.
They were
Yes.
the victim. Every
Yes.
ex or the very last ex
Yes.
assaulted them.
Yes. Yes. Never about them. Never about them. Well, what did you do?
Never. It's never about them. They took care
Never.
of their exes, and it never was enough. And you like,
Yes.
hmm.
Yes.
And then maybe you look at where they are in their life, and maybe they talk a lot about how what they used to be, what they used to have, and you don't
Hmm.
necessarily see it right in
Hmm.
that moment. You don't see it
Hmm.
anymore,
Right.
and you're the best thing that ever happened to them.
Right. Right.
Your soulmates, even you're just alike.
Yes.
They like you guys love the exact same thing suddenly.
Hmm.
In the
Hmm.
very beginning. They want
Hmm.
to know everything about you, every stretch mark,
Right.
every
Right.
bite mark, every
Hmm.
heartache, every
Yeah.
heartbreak, every they want to know all your friends. They want to see
Yes.
everybody up front and all this. And they want to get in a
Hmm.
relationship instantly.
Hmm.
These are just a
Yep.
few red flags that I'm sharing because I've lived a little. So
Right.
Nikki, why don't you
Right.
share some of your red flags
Right.
that
What
this
else?
about?
He would just tell me, you don't want to see the real person that I am. So you don't want to
Oh,
get angry. You don't want me to get angry because when I get angry, you're not going to want to see that person.
yeah, yeah,
That was
the
all
hope,
the
yeah,
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always the Hulk fear, the Jekyll and
Yeah.
Hyde, the Hulk. You're always
Right.
afraid because you don't know, because they tell
Right.
you how angry they can get, and so now
Right.
you don't want to bring that out. Yes, yes.
Right. And just
Mm,
just the attitude, with things. For instance, we were coming from the mall. So
mm,
we're coming up the street and there's a car pulling out. So he was driving. I just tell him, oh, watch the car, okay? And he went to 1,000 just like that when I said that. Oh, you want to drive? You can drive. I'm going to pull this MF over and you can drive or
wow.
you can walk. One of the two. You can drive or you can walk. I said, well, I ain't walking. This is my ride. I ain't walking.
Wait, it was your car?
This is my ride. I know I'm not walking nowhere. So yeah, you drive. F you. F you. And I got over in the driver's seat and I just felt so bad. Like, why you keep doing this? Why I gotta be an MF? Why you gotta say F you and all this? Why? Like, I
Mm,
just
mm,
could not understand. But now that I know more and more about narcissists, it's a little bit easy now to
yeah.
understand.
So
I
he was
never
putting you
see
out your own
myself in this
car.
kind of relationship. Oh my
He was putting
God.
you out your own car, Nikki.
Huh?
He was about to put you out your own car.
Put me out my own car. You can either walk or get over here and drive.
You know, I don't want anyone to see this interview and think that we're laughing about this. We're not. We're laughing
Right,
because we are far enough away from it now to really look back and see
right,
the foolishness in it all.
right.
Um,
Hmm.
the childhood like or childlike behaviors
Right,
that these grown individuals express when they're
hmm,
not getting their way is
right,
it's funny when you look back. It's not funny during the time. It's
right,
traumatic
right.
in the process of it all. You don't
Yeah,
know what you just said that triggered
right,
them to explode,
right,
and then they take their love away from
right.
you. It's
Yes.
so I don't want anyone watching. See, we're giggling because it's funny now that we're so far away
Hmm.
from it. But it is
Hmm.
not funny when you're in the midst of it, and
Yeah.
you can barely
Right,
explain it to anyone. No one
right,
really can. People would tell you quickly, just leave. And it's
right.
if it was just leave, nobody
Yeah,
would be in these relationships. It's not that
right.
easy to just
It's
leave.
not easy. It's not that easy.
No.
And I told my friends and everything, and they would say, just go, or just leave him alone, put him out. But I say it's not that easy. And it was not easy for me, because my heart was so in it.
Mhm.
His heart wasn't like my heart, but mine was real. My love was real, you
Yeah.
know. So it
Yeah.
was very hard. It was very hard. And it was something to be in. He stressed me out so bad that I
Mhm.
even passed out at work. He's just stressed me out
Really?
so bad. Ambulance came. I woke up. Everybody was all around me. It was just so bad. He was just stressing me out. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to do, what he's asking so I don't get yelled at and all this kind of stuff. Like I was just scared to do, like I said, scared to even say anything because
Yeah.
he would just pop off at me. I love the good days, but then he went back to the bad days.
Of
So,
course.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
the hot and cold takes a toll on your psyche, I believe.
yeah,
It's a form of abuse. It's just a
hmm,
form of manipulation, and it's power and control,
hmm,
and it works. It
right,
works on some of us, and on others
right,
not so much. Um, I again I tell parts of my story because people see me as strong girl, you strong, and I
hmm,
and I am, I am,
hmm,
but I'm also very kind, and I always like to see the good in
right,
people, and that
right,
was to my detriment. So
hmm,
I was strong, and I am, but
right,
I love the inside of people, right?
right,
And so when they're lashing out and having a bad day, I still see the good in you, and that
right,
was what kept me connected to that
hmm,
toxic relationship. I wanted to
hmm,
believe that he wanted everything he said. And
right,
that good guy was in it because I would see that
hmm,
good guy show up
yeah,
sometimes. Right.
Mhm.
And then, I finally came to an understanding that, yep, you can have all of those people inside of you. I just
Mhm.
don't need to be connected to
Right.
you.
And it was like you could change them, because that's what I thought. My love
Yeah.
can change him. I could change
Oh,
him. I
yes,
can make him
yes.
see that I love him, and he can change. I know he can. Like, he's a good person. There is a good person in there.
No,
I was trying to make anything just to,
no.
make it right, but nothing would make it right. Nothing would make it right. And
Okay, Nikki, it is what it is. We know, once you study this particular personality disorder, you realize that, wow, okay, wait, this is like we've all, many of us, if we stay with them any length of time, we all respond the same exact way. We all are there because we believe the same thing. This is
mhm.
just what it is. But when you have that awakening, boy, does life change for you.
Right.
So please tell us, how did life change for you when you finally woke up? You came out of this fog. You've been writing these books. How has life truly changed for Nikki Moore?
Life has changed wonderfully. Once I got the toxic mess out my life, my cousin, I was in here one day just praying and asking God, okay, God, what is my purpose? What am I supposed? I think I have an idea, but you need to tell me these things. Like, I really want to get it right. I really do want to get it right. Since he's out of my life, I want to just take these feelings for him away from me. I don't want these feelings. I know he's not a good person. I hate how he uses your name in his mess and
Mhm.
everything. So I just, once I did that, it was like, and like I said, my cousin called me the next day or sent me a text, and God had gave him all these things. He said, I was writing, and God says, now read it. So he said, I read it back, but he said, I know it wasn't for me.
Mhm.
I kept looking and saying, God, this is not for me. All this stuff you're telling me to do is not for me. So he said, God told him, when you go back into your bedroom, look, get on Facebook, and the first person I show you, that's who it's for. First person he
Wow.
saw was me.
That
And
is,
he wrote that sometime during the night, I think 3 a.m. when I woke up for work the next day, it was there and I read it. The tears just start running because everything I had asked God that the day before, he had answered in his text. And he
Mhm.
told me what to do. I had to fast. God says, fast for 17 days. And on the 18th day, you will know everything. And things is just going to start quickly happening for you. Quickly
Wow.
happening. And it has. The magazine cover, doing this with you, the interviews and the some other stuff that's coming up. I can't say until next month. So it's some great stuff coming up, and I'm just so thrilled that God would, have mercy on me because I was out there. I didn't want to hear nothing about God. I was with Him. I ain't want, and my therapist say, "Oh, you were entertaining the devil and kick God out." Wow. And
Wow.
so, yeah, so I was just out there. I didn't
Yeah.
care what nobody said, you know. Yeah, we went to the hotel, we did whatever
Mhm.
you do, what you do in the hotel. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't care. I just did not care. Holy Spirit talking to me the whole time. You know
Whole
you're
time.
wrong. You
Oh.
know you're not supposed to be doing this.
Mhm.
You're not married to him. And
Mhm.
I was just saying, but the flesh was like loving every minute of it, spending all this
Yeah.
time having fun, just, doing fun. He did do fun things sometimes,
Mhm.
because I
Mhm.
love
Yeah.
board games. We played board games while we were
Yeah.
there and, all this good stuff. So, but that's how what God is doing in my life now. I'm on a new direction right now. And that's why I'll be glad when this court case is over so I can just freely be gone from him, rid
Yes.
of him, because God is doing amazing things. And long as was in here with his toxic self, then,
Mhm.
so much things were going wrong. I
Mhm.
mean, nothing was going right for me, but because I knew it was the disobedience,
Mhm.
having him here, living with him and everything.
Yeah.
And he never slept with me while we were here. Never. That was my punishment
Oh,
because I
God,
wouldn't
they
do
are
some of the
the
things he
worst.
wanted to do. So
Mhm.
he never slept with me. He slept out here on my couch. you know, until he went on to his next supply. And supplies are another woman, because that's what we call ourselves, supplies, you
Yeah,
know, but he went on to another woman down the street from me. I have no idea how he knows this person, but that's where he is, I guess. He might have moved on again, so I don't know. I don't really care.
so you know, I know we're going to wrap up in a moment, but it's just interesting when you bring that up, that some of these individuals will use your yearning, desire, lust for
Mhm.
them, and hold you hostage by not giving
Right,
into you, not giving you the
right,
affection that you
right,
want, the intimacy, the closeness.
right.
Um, it's
Yeah,
all power, all control.
yeah. We were
I can
sitting on the
say
couch one
so
night.
much.
Yeah, we were sitting on the couch one night, and I was just rubbing his arm, and he looked at me like, if you don't leave with this evil face, like you don't stop touching me, like, and I just backed off because I said, oh, here we go. That's that person here tonight. That's not the good person. So I went on in the room somewhere. So like, yeah.
But you know, the audacity though, with them living in your place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can say so much about that. We will talk offline about it because
Okay.
that's some bold stuff. But anyway, I digress. So tell us where we can get this book at. Tell us where we can get the book, and you gotta give us something that's in that book. You gotta give us something. You gotta say something that's in that book. You know, my last author I had on, she read one of the excerpts from the book and
Mhm.
blew my mind what was in that.
Mm,
You got to
mm.
give us something, Nikki. You can't just be telling us, I got a book. Or come on, girl. I need something, and tell us where we can get that book from.
I can't hear you now. What happened?
I don't know. I can hear you
Okay.
just fine. Y'all see how she
Okay.
did when I told her to give me something in that book. She told me she can't hear me.
I don't
So
know, Queenie. I did share some stuff that was in the book
okay,
already.
okay, okay, okay,
I got to
okay.
leave the juicy stuff so that they'll want to read
Oh,
it.
the juicy stuff. Oh my Lord. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So before we go, where can we find the book at? And
Okay.
what are some key I guess points that you are addressing in this book, so that those that are listening again, you know, people can Google what
Hmm.
narcissism is, but what are some key points that
Hmm.
you yourself are addressing in this book that you want to make sure that we pay attention to?
I would say, for me, it was not listening to my
Mm,
family
mm,
when they were right. And I didn't want to hear it. And I compromised my relationship with my family to be with somebody that wasn't even worth anything, you know. So
mm,
that part right there for me. Like my sons, that really hurt me, that I hurt them and I didn't care, you know, and they were right. They were so right about everything, but I just didn't care. So that for me is that thing. Like I
yeah.
compromised my family and my relationship for this person who didn't mean me any good at all. So that's what I would say.
Whew. Compromising yourself with your family. That is huge, because I
Yeah.
think in these relationships, you sometimes feel the pressure to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I did not, but I was pressured to choose my, you know, my community
Mm-hmm.
activities, my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, at the time, it was a live show, and my friends, any male friends, I had to get rid of all of them,
Mm-hmm.
because all of them, every male friend was a threat. Every male was
Mm.
a threat, which was bizarre.
Wow.
But compromising yourself, definitely, for a person that's absolutely not worth it,
Right.
is that's a big one. I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
brought that one up, because I think somebody
Yeah.
need to hear that, because that's a
Mm-hmm.
really big one, Nikki.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
the
Different
book will
things
be
need
out
to be
in
done.
a week or two. The
Okay,
editor still has it. He's doing his
okay,
second edit. So it'll be the first week or the second week of September.
okay,
That'll be ready. And they're always on Amazon. You can always find my books on Amazon. Uh,
okay.
mhm.
All right. What we can find it under what? Nikki Moore, or tell us what we can
Uh,
find it under.
yeah, Nikki Moore, the Narcissist and Me, Nikki Moore. Or you can go to my publisher's website at www.lulu/spotlight in more 89.
Okay.
And
All
that's
right.
lulu.com. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Lulu.com
Lulu.com. Lulu
forward,
or L.
mm-hmm, lulu.com
Okay. All
forward
right.
slash
Lulu.com.
spotlight,
Mm-hmm.
another forward slash
Mm-hmm.
in more 89.
Okay. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Now, where can
Mhm.
we follow you at, Nikki? On social media. Where are you?
I'm on social media as author Nikki Moore. I have a website also, www.authornikkij.com.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hi, Queenie. I'm so proud of you and this young woman sharing information on this topic. Love yourself, everyone, but not to the point you sacrifice others. Be safe. Thank you, insightful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely, sweetie. Back to you. I don't know who that is, but thank you. Thank you for leaving a positive message. So yeah, Nikki, they're saying thank you for sharing your
Oh,
story.
yes.
This is it's important. I appreciate you coming on here. We have
Mhm.
talked over the last, I don't know, 2 years. I think it was the
Yeah.
last time we talked about narcissism and recovery and healing. And I'm
Mhm.
all about healing. I am all
Right.
about, okay, after you realize what you've been in, now what? Let's go, let's
Yeah,
move,
let's move. Yeah.
Yes, let's move. I'm not about
Mhm.
rushing our healing.
Right.
I'm really about dissecting every emotion that you feel, understanding why
Mhm.
it exists, and then now let's work towards healing. Let's get past it. Let's
Mhm.
let go of those things that. Oh, thank you. Okay, got it. This is from Dr. Roland's crew. But so good to see you here. Thank you for joining us tonight. But definitely really about that part of the healing process. Figuring out how we can let those things go. Seeking
Mhm.
therapy, seeking coaching
Right.
circles like I have. Um, seeking out healthy people,
Mm.
speaking healthy things and things into your spirit, right?
Right. Mhm.
It's so important because some people, again, I think they don't know what you're in, and so they kind of enable you to stay in that relationship. Girl,
Right.
make it work.
Right.
Girl, just make it
Mhm.
work.
Mhm.
You love him or her,
Yeah.
they'll do the same
Right.
thing. Just make it work. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
they're just enabling you to stay in a
Right.
relationship that's poor and it's not serving you any good. Um,
Mhm.
so I really commend you for being courageous
Thank you.
and talking about it, because I know it's not easy,
Mm-mm.
you know.
But I just, like I said, I just want to help someone else not to get to where I went, discarding their families for somebody that's not worth it, and just not seeing these red flags because they
Yes.
truly aren't good people. They're not. They're not. It's like they want to hurt you. Like he would just stare at me like, I'm just saying, why is he staring so hard at me? Like, and I guess
Mm-hmm.
he was just making this like his next move. What can I do to her next? Like, this like in this thinking process, like, I got to make her unhappy some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a love bomb her up and then I'm going to take her down. Yeah.
It's interesting that stare that you talk about. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I'm speaking back to those that are watching live on
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
But that stare, because all of them will give you that death stare. That death
Hmm.
stare. Yes, absolutely. They're evil. They are. Hi, how are
Yeah.
you? Tips, daughter of the Most High. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes.
Yes, that death stare, honey, they want to, it's like they want to take you out. I think sometimes they just
Right.
use it to intimidate you too, though.
Hmm.
They're thinking of their next move, but they really want to intimidate you. They like to
Right.
believe that they've intimidated you because it empowers them, it emboldens them.
Right. Hmm.
But in truth,
Hmm.
they're cowards.
Right.
They're weak.
Right.
They're cowards. They will never confront a man.
Yeah.
Not in that way. They'll talk to us any kind of
Hmm.
way, all kind of out, just crazy. there to
Right.
try to intimidate us, make us feel insecure, make us feel scared,
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
know, tell us all these horrible things that they can do, all these dreams that they have, and it's always wicked. They're wicked, you know.
Yes. Yes.
So, so the best thing we can do is leave. And for those that are watching, if you're experiencing this, I mean, know that look, there's a lot of help. There's a lot of help
A
out here.
lot.
Trust
Yeah.
me, there's a ton of help. You can inbox me. I have a support group. You can inbox Nikki. You can do, trust me, we know where you can get some help. You can go, and I know on YouTube there's tons of videos now. I'd like to push
Right.
women towards not that I get paid for this, but towards RC Blake's, Reverend RC Blake's. He's a great
Mm-hmm.
teacher. Um, and he
Mm-hmm.
breaks things down like your uncle would. So that's a great place to start. I love Quinn of ASSC or ACC Direct, ASSC. You can text me and I'll give it to you. You can find him on IG. He's always speaking and teaching the truth. There's a lot of people out here doing it, but these are just two people that I definitely will tell you, start there. Start there.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit of that information in you, and you'll be like Nikki and myself, who is on the other side of it all.
Yes. Thank God. Thank
On
you
the
for
other side of
delivering
it.
me.
Yes, Nikki writing books. And I mean, girl, I'm just coasting. I'm like, I'm not interested in going back into that type of bondage. Once you've been free,
Mhm.
it's difficult to go back.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
It's difficult to
Yeah.
go back. Well,
Don't
Nikki,
want to go
listen,
back.
no, cannot go back. Cannot go. Yes, he does. You are right, sweetheart. Listen, share this. I think we were on Facebook as well, Nikki. I shared this video from YouTube to Facebook, so you can go to
Okay.
my page and snatch it if you like.
Okay.
Place this on your page. I will also share it with you on podcast. I just want to make sure we can get this information out to as many people as we possibly can. That is important because there's a lot of male and females dealing with the same
Right.
torture and trauma. And I
Hmm.
want to make sure that we put it out there, share it. Okay. So hang tight one moment, Nikki.
Okay.
Before you go, I'm going to say goodnight to our YouTubers, those that watch this on YouTube live tonight. Thank you so much for watching, for leaving comments. For those that will be watching in the future, thank you so much. Continue to support our page, like, subscribe, share it. I'm not usually on here hustling for all that, but because I'm taking things to a different level, then I have to ask you to like and subscribe to my page. Let's follow Nikki. Nikki, one more time, tell us where we can follow you at.
Author Nikki Moore. Also on my website, www.authornikkij.com. I'm on Facebook as Nikki Morton. I'm also on Instagram at Moore4568.
All right, y'all heard it. Follow Nikki Moore all over social media. I will also make sure that I have it in one of my posts on Facebook. Check out the Relationship Zone on Facebook or the Relationship Zone on IG, and I'll make sure that I plug her website. And then I would believe that from the website, you can probably find her everywhere else
Yeah.
that she is.
Yes. And
So
all the
again,
books and the t-shirts are on the website also.
okay, we got merch. We got merch. Okay, we got some merchandise. Okay. Well, listen, again, for those of you out there on YouTube watching, thank you. We are closing out from YouTube. So thank you. Good and